Hello everyone, and welcome to this board game overview video for Kingdom Death Monsters White Lions Hit Location deck. In this video, I will be covering the specifics of all these hit location cards, including the trap card, and I will be repeating Strange Hands, even though that was already gone over in my prologue video. Regardless, let's get close up to these and take a look.
Alright, first off, we have Beast Spat. And most of these are named Beast something, by the way. It has a failure reaction, and this is the most common one that you'll see with the White Lion. In fact, this is why people should not stand in front of the White Lion if you're looking for any type of tactics, unless you're a tank or you have sprint and you're not the one attacking. And even then, the tank part is questionable, so is the sprint one, because that's an avoidable expenditure of a survival. But this failure reaction is the usual run forward and grab, which states full move the monster forward in a straight line. Cancel all hits now out of range. Any survivor passed over suffers grab, and has a visual example of it, and then explains grab, which is grab. Place target knockdown in front of the monster. Target suffers 1 damage per monster level. Again, this is the standard kind of thing, and this gets worse as things go. In level 1 and 2, grab can be canceled out by a permanent injury hit location in this deck. Its critical wound effect on this one, which cancels the reaction, as do all crit effects. The White Lion gains a -1 accuracy token. Next, we have Beast's Brow. Snarling, the monster swats at its attacker. Attacker suffers 1 brain damage. Perform basic action targeting the attacker. So, I've seen questions of people going, does that mean it can attack me if I'm in my blind spot, or if somebody else has the priority target token? Examples like this do not matter. When a card says to target someone, it targets them, regardless of situation, unless they have something saying they cannot be targeted, which I don't think exists. You can change the target afterwards with certain abilities, but that's as good as you can get. And remember, you can't activate survival actions during your own attack, thus you can't sprint or dodge this. Its critical wound effect is the White Lion's vision is impaired. This too is the White Lion gains a -1 accuracy token. Beast's Ear. On a failure, the White Lion jumps back. Without turning, move the monster 1 space directly away from the attacker, cancel all unresolved hits, now out of range. So this can result in some simple knockover and knockbacks, but it doesn't do any damage. But it's still annoying, especially if that person hasn't acted yet that turn. And its critical effect is the force of the blow damages the White Lion's ear. It is now partially dead. Also -1 accuracy token. Beast's Elbow. Now, this is stated again. I'm not going to read this every time it comes up, so I'm just stating that now. I'm just going to summarize it as grab reaction. In this case, failure. Not all of them are on failure. And its critical wound effect is the monster howls in pain as the blow breaks its elbow with a sickening crunch. Non-death survivors gain +3 insanity and may stand if they are knocked down. Beast Femur. No reaction, just the blow lands on the monster's leg. Its critical effect is you bruise the White Lion's femur, crippling its graceful movement. The White Lion gains a -1 movement token, gain 1 random White Lion resource. So for those that don't know, crits are the main way to attempt to farm more resources, because usually there isn't any other way. Sometimes you'll get some terrain that gives the option of, or the chance to get more resources in general, very few times monster resources, but if you're trying to farm more resources, be it basic or that specific monster, crit locations are your best bet. Beast Flank. Wound reaction. Cats hate this. I just always find that statement just so silly. Not the silliest one in this deck. The monster is very upset. The attacker gains the priority target token. And reminder, priority target token, whenever you would be targeted because of it, including if you would have been the target normally, that is when it's removed, with the exception of one specific cause of getting it, which is in this deck, and we'll get to that later. The critical wound is the White Lion is knocked down, and this explains knockdown, which is while the monster is knocked down, all reactions are cancelled, and all hit rolls succeed on a 3+. Then we come to our first persistent injury, Beast's Heel. You clip the tensed muscle of the heel, and its critical wound effect is your precise attack ruins the monster's straining tendon. The white lion is knocked down. Persistent injury. So, persistent injuries, say keep in play, you put these to the side as if they were like moods or traits and things like that. It doesn't go back in the hit location deck, so you can't repeat it during that same battle, and acts as a reminder. As I explained in the AI video, specific cards will have some of these listed, but many of these are just continuous effects that can't be tracked via tokens. Or, in some cases, they don't want you to be able to do more than once a fight, although many of those just say remove this from the hit location deck. Ruptured Tendon. When the white lion starts its movement, roll a 1d10. On a result of a 1, the white lion is knocked down. Beast's Knee. You hit the white lion's sturdy kneecap. Its crit effect is the white lion's knee twists unnaturally and shatters. The white lion gains a -1 movement token. Then on to Beast's Maw. It has a failure reaction of the monster roars triumphantly. Roll a 1d10. On a 4+, the attacker suffers 1 brain damage per monster level and is knocked down. So very similar to its Intimidate AI cards. And its crit reaction is the blow destroys the white lion's jaw. Persistent injury, no jaw. Affects some AI cards. It is pointed out, as you can see now, often which ones affect AI cards. Additionally, roll 1d10. On a 5+, the white lion's jaw flies off its face. The attacker gains +1 courage and +1 survival. A good way to gain courage early on in the game. Next we have Beast's Paw. With a failure reaction, a very devastating one honestly. Perform basic action. Target the attacker. This attack gains +2 damage. This is how you can get a 5 damage attack from a level 1 white lion. Or the prologue one even. Its critical wound effect is your attack destroys the white lion's foot. It loses leverage. The white lion gains a -1 movement token. Gain 1 lion claw white lion resource. As a reminder, if you've already managed to get all the lion claws, too bad you don't get it. Persistent injury. Broken foot. Ignore the grab effect. This was the effect I was talking about earlier. Beast Ribs. A wound reaction. This one's actually positive. If the attacker has 3+ understanding, the sound of cracking ribs is encouraging, and the attacker gains +1 survival. Its critical wound effect is the force of the blow breaks the white lion's ribs, weakening it. The white lion gains a -1 toughness token. Beast Scapular Deltoid. This has a failure grab reaction. Critical wound effect is the trauma of the impact fractures the white lion's shoulder. The white lion gains -1 movement token. As you can see, many of these are a -1 to accuracy or movement, but not all of them. Beast's Tail. This has a reflex grab reaction, so it's going to happen no matter what, unless if you manage to knock it down with the attack. On a critical wound here, the white lion's tail is destroyed, ruining its finely tuned balance. The white lion gains a -1 accuracy token. Gain 1 lion tail white lion resource, and remember there is only 1 in the deck. Be simple. Failure. Perform basic action. Target the attacker. And on a crit here, the blow wallops the white lion's head, causing shockwaves of blinding pain. Persistent injury. Whenever the white lion draws an AI card, roll 1d10. If the result is a 1 or a 2, discard the card and end the monster's turn. As a note, if it is out of AI cards and on its last wound, this effect cannot happen. You don't roll the die because it's not drawing an AI card. Beast Tricep. Another failure, perform basic action targeting the attacker. And on a crit here, the torn muscle causes agonizing pain. Discard 1 mood card currently in play. The white lion is knocked down. And here's the trap. Clever Ploy. Trap. Reshuffle the hit location deck. You always do that. The attacker is caught in the white lion's ruse and is savagely mauled. The attacker is doomed. Perform basic action targeting the attacker. And it explains doomed here, which doesn't only show up on traps. Doomed, you may not spend survival until this card is resolved. So that's a change, I believe, from 1.0 to 1.5. It went from you can't activate survival actions to you can't spend survival, period. Trap reminder rules. A trap cancels all the attacker's hits and ends their attack. When a trap is drawn, a knockdown monster will stand. After a trap is performed, reshuffle all hit location cards, including the trap card. There's no way to get the trap card out of the deck. Resolve and reshuffle the hit location deck. I wonder if it wants you to reshuffle. It says it 3 times. This is actually a pretty mild trap for the game. The Gorms one is not much worse than this, and I only mention that because the Gorm is usually considered a early replacement to the White Lion if you don't want to hunt the White Lion. Especially against a level 1 White Lion, it's just, okay, take a hit. The worst part is that it cancels your attack, especially if you're using high-speed attacks, such as Katars. Now on to Fleshy Gut. Failure. The White Lion swats back. Another perform basic action targeting the attacker. And if you crit here, the White Lion vomits all over you. It feels awesome! Gain 1 basic resource, and gain 3 insanity. Now for the card that is just like, do you want to point out to people how silly this game can be? Fuzzy Grind. You hit the monster right in the ding-dong. This crit effect is actually bad, in my opinion. Gain 1 Lion Testes White Lion resource. Persistent injury. Lost ding-dong. Again, some comedy. Your attack destroys the White Lion's healthy genitals. The monster is livid. The White Lion gains +1 damage token. The attacker permanently gains the priority target token. The White Lion will attack them until the attacker is dead or the White Lion is dead. No exceptions. This is one of the few, if not the only case, in which you can't get rid of the priority target token. Then we come to Glorious Mane, which is an impervious location. Impervious locations are usually locations that are important for their crit effect or just have an automatic effect in the case of the Butcher. More often than not, they're positive, but you didn't get a chance to do damage. And most of them make sense. For example, in this case, you're hitting nothing but hair. And here's the explanation. Impervious hit locations cannot be wounded. A wound or crit wound will not remove an AI or defeat the monster. But in the case of a crit wound here, gain the Shimmering Mane White Lion resource. Just like with the tail though, there's only 1 of these in the deck, and if the attacker is insane, the sheer frustration grants them power. Gain +1 strength token. Soft belly, warm belly, killed the freaking cat. As you can see, it's the soft belly location. Debilitating blow to the soft belly. And a crit here will gain you 1 random White Lion resource, and a persistent injury, Oregon Trail. Every time I read this, I can't help but think of Oregon Trail. The White Lion's intestines hang from the wound on its gut, dragging on the floor. At the start of every monster turn, before it draws an AI card, this does come into effect if there are no cards. You do it before the step in which you would try to draw an AI card. Roll a d10. On a result of a 1, the monster suffers 1 wound. Straining Neck. The auto kill location. Not every monster has one of these, and majority of the time, such as in this case, when they do, their level 3+ versions will remove these from the deck. You strike at the monster's throat. Now this all comes down to the crit effect. After you've crit, roll a 1d10. On a 1 through 9, paralyzed, the monster is knocked down. On a 10+, don't know how you would get a bonus to this, crushed windpipe. The monster cannot breathe. It dies at the end of the next monster turn. So don't forget it will get a turn, and you get to finish your attack, and everybody else gets to go if they haven't already. You're just hoping you don't die in that turn. That would really suck, but it's still effectively an auto kill. Strange Hand. Failure reaction. Instinctively striking back. The White Lion's oddly human hands dart forward. Also, a perform basic action targeting the attacker. But again, this one is important on the critical wound. You hack off the monster's hand. Spend 1 survival to treasure this moment and gain +1 permanent strength. Using the Cat's Eye Circlet, this can be a great way to farm strength. Persistent injury, lost hand. Affects some AI cards. Beast Chest. The other auto kill location, which, FYI, this one doesn't get removed at level 3, is another reaction failure grab, and its critical wound is you strike at the White Lion's stout heart. Gain 1 random White Lion resource. This is regardless of whether or not you succeed at the following thing, which is roll another d10. If the result is a 10, the White Lion dies instantly. Again, this one is left in at level 3.
Alright everyone, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. If it was, feel free to press the like button. If you think this will help somebody else, please share this video. Either way, you'll help this video get seen more. If this video wasn't helpful, go ahead and press the dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. And if you want to, feel free to comment in general, or if you want to see more like this, be it other board game overview videos, my unboxing videos, or my painting videos, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.